representing buyers in the sale of new homes and condominiums from Bakria. This is the learning manual. And it's copyright May 2013 from BC Real Estate Association. And this is one of the board courses. Introduction. Welcome to representing buyers in the sale of new homes and condominiums. This course is designed to bring licensees up to date on many of the changes that have taken place in the home profession. The objective for this course is to allow the average realtor to better facilitate new home condominium transactions quickly and smoothly, while avoiding the legal pitfalls that currently exist in the profession. In the late 1990s, the leaky condo crisis played a large part in the rewriting of many facets of the new home industry. As a result, realtors have seen an increase in both responsibility and risk in the area of new home practice. This course is designed to give participants a working knowledge and future resource base for questions and contract writing, while representing buyers in the sale of new homes and condominiums. This manual consists of 4 sections covering key industry issues. Section 1. The leaky condo crisis, the problem and solution. Builder licensing and warranties. The first section introduces the problems and solutions related to the leaky condo crisis that resulted in the formation of the Homeowner Protection Act and the Homeowner Protection Office. Detailed materials are provided on the licensing of builders and the associated 2510 mandatory warranties. In addition, important practice points on dealing with non-licensed owner-built homes are reviewed. Section 2. Explaining the differences between old and new construction. This section details some of the differences between pre-July 1st, 1999 exterior construction techniques and post-July 1st, 1990 construction in accordance with the Homeowner Protection Act. In addition, a detailed resource on some of the problems with leaky buildings' face-sealed exterior systems is also provided. Section 3. The sales process. Practice points and key information. This section reviews many practice points in the actual sales process of new construction. It provides key information regarding securing fees, dealing with developers' sales teams, selling custom-built homes, and becoming established in the marketing of new properties, project marketing. Section 4. Drafting contracts. The final section includes a variety of critical contractual practice points for custom homes, developers' pre-drafted sales contracts, GST issues, building schemes, lien holdbacks, occupancy permits, deficiency clauses, and assignments. Proper knowledge of these practice points will ensure the buyer is properly represented and liability for both the buyer and the agent is kept to a minimum. Learning objectives. Upon completion of this course, you will be able to 1. Discuss the problems and solutions related to the leaky condo crisis. 2. Explain the purpose of the Homeowner Protection Act and the Homeowner Protection Office. Learn how builder licensing and the mandatory 2-5-10-year home warranty insurance are applied, operated, and fulfilled. 3. Explain owner-built new home sales, the liabilities of the owner-builder, and how this may affect future owners. 4. Explain the differences between pre-July 1999 buildings and post-July 1999 buildings. 5. Apply various new home sales processes and know how to secure fees. 6. Describe how to establish oneself in the project marketing field. And 7. Write appropriate new home contracts explain the developer's pre-drafted sale agreements, and understand how to handle assignment contracts and the associated issues of assignments. So Section 1. The problem and solution to the leaky condo crisis. The Professional Standards Manual (PSM) gives fair and advanced notice that the Real Estate Council of BC Council expects licensees to ensure they are providing adequate and competent service in all areas that the licensee renders service. Competency in practice area is a must. Council, and no doubt the public, expects a licensee to maintain a state of competency on an ongoing basis in all areas in which the licensee renders service. A licensee who demonstrates negligence or incompetence may be found guilty of a breach of legal duties. When issues related to a particular transaction arise that are outside of a licensee's area of expertise, guidance should be sought from the licensee's managing broker. It may be that these matters should be referred to an appropriate independent expert, e.g., a lawyer, accountant, building inspector. The public relies on a licensee's expertise. Therefore, licensees should not act in situations where they are unable to render competent service. All licensees, when representing a buyer who is considering purchasing a new home, condominium, or pre-owned home, should have a basic working knowledge of how to represent the buyer in the purchase of a new home. Without a basic understanding in this area, licensees are open to one of the biggest liability areas in real estate sales. The problem: a history of leaky condos and the formation of the Homeowner Protection Office. To understand why there were immense problems in BC's building industry related to exterior leaking, licensees can refer to the Barrett Commission's, or they just say commission's, findings and publications. Understanding the problems can prepare a licensee to better handle the buyer's questions such as, why is a new warranty-covered home a better investment? And what is different about these new properties? The Barrett Commission. In April 1998, a commission of inquiry into the quality of residential construction, led by former Premier Dave Barrett, was established. The Barrett Report brought forward specific recommendations for action by all three levels of government, the building industry, and various professions to strengthen consumer protection and restore confidence in the residential construction industry. The commission was reappointed in August 1999 to inquire into the quality of condominium construction in British Columbia, the financial failure of New Home Warranty of British Columbia Inc., and the impacts on homeowners, the profession, and the economy because of this situation. What has gone wrong? It turns out that our world-class city is, in fact, a world-class disaster when it comes to the design and construction of condominium strata corporations. With shame, we must all admit it is a world-class disgrace. Vancouver Condominium Services, Jerry Fanakin. Recently, there has been a growing awareness of the substandard quality of residential housing construction in British Columbia, particularly in the major urban centers. The pace of economic expansion in urban centers has led to an excessive demand for qualified workers and developers. It has also forced an increase in land prices and squeezed profit margins and affordability. The frequency with which the coastal climate of British Columbia's relatively new construction requires extensive building envelope and roofing renovations has increased at an alarming rate. This cannot be explained simply by expansion. BC's urban centers, notably Vancouver and Victoria, are located in a geographic and climatic region most affected by mild weather and significant rainfall. These conditions increase the likelihood of water ingress, intensifying the process of rot. This helps to explain the frequency of building failures compared with other regions of Canada. However, climate and economic pressures do not account for the magnitude of the problem. When in Kelowna, the Commission was provided with examples of poor quality construction. This was also apparent through correspondence from other areas. While this is a province-wide issue, it is more severe in temperate, wet regions with boom and bust growth cycles. In addition to economic and climatic conditions, process and building science issues have led to a disintegration of the quality of construction. The building process has been undertaken in a largely unregulated residential construction industry, driven to the lowest common denominator by ruthless and unstructured competition. With respect to building science, public and private sector professionals, including developers, general contractors, builders, architects, engineers, and municipal inspectors, were either unaware of how to employ the appropriate technology or deliberately failed to create appropriate building designs that ensured the construction was of adequate quality. Only when the entire outer cladding was removed were the owners aware of the extent of water damage and the deficiencies that caused the damage. Deficiencies included poor quality materials, shoddy construction, incomplete details, improperly sloped balconies, poor joints, lack of proper flashings, etc. This was not just a stucco problem. Along one wall of the building, the reconstruction foreman noted that 3 different crews had built that wall with 3 different construction methods and materials. Mizu Mori, condo owner. The financial institutions, mortgage guarantors, and warranty programs exacerbated the problem by underwriting mortgages and providing coverage to builders without fully appreciating the magnitude of the risk. Building process. The residential building process operates within a set of complex business relationships, statutes, and regulations. The Commission was presented with case after case of ineffective regulation of responsibility and accountability at each stage of the construction process. These included 1. An inability on the part of municipalities to effectively monitor building quality, to make certain inspectors play a meaningful role in ensuring building standards or to enforce building codes. 2. A lack of provincial monitoring to ensure accurate interpretation of the building code, as well as its performance requirements. 3. A lack of responsibility by the developer, builder, and general contractor, often facilitated through protective corporate structures. 4. Architects who had been unable to maintain professional responsibility in translating designs into quality physical structures. 5. Engineers who were unable to ensure their involvement in the process would lead to quality construction of the building envelope. 6. A lack of training, skills, and qualifications that led to a deterioration in the quality of worker performance. 7. An inadequate home warranty program that, in the majority of cases, was faced with a conflict of interest between its service to the homeowner and its obligation to the developer. 8. a mortgage guarantee system that tended to serve the interests of the residential construction industry and financial institutions without due regard to the consumer who bought its services. 9. A lack of information from the builder to the strata council. And 10. A lack of understanding regarding roles and responsibilities of strata councils and management companies, leaving the homeowner confused and alone. Who was at fault? In the case of a development, the designer, developer, architect, engineer, building contractor, municipality, and shoddy construction. Basically, all parties involved in the construction of the complex. Examples of damages include piping installed still in its plastic wrap so water could not run through it, walkways, balconies, and cement eaves troughs sloped toward the walls, lack of or poorly positioned drainage pipes, building material not designed for a rainy climate, improper overhangs, dryer vents not vented to the exterior, numerous building code violations. Strata Council Plan NW 3235, Building Science. In addition to economic pressures, climatic conditions, and a systemic failure of the building process, building science also played a role in bringing about this crisis of confidence. The factors related to technology or building science include 1. A poorly interpreted building code. 2. Municipal bylaws that can lead to inappropriate design, exacerbated by architects who do not understand the implications of their designs. 3. The use of new materials without an understanding of how they will be affected by climate. 4. A loss of collective memory and lack of conventional wisdom among inspectors, architects, engineers, developers, and contractors regarding the requirements for effective building. And 5. Ineffective communication and transfer of knowledge among the professionals and business people who understand the issues to others involved in the building process. The ignorant provide advice to the deluded, and costly decisions are made. Each building envelope report proposes repairs and retrofits more exorbitant than the last. There is a continuous parade of engineers and contractors. Shoddy work is performed, and the majority of the leaks continue. Contracting companies disappear. Warranties are either non-existent, not worth the paper on which they are written, or simply not pursued. M. Chin Pang, condo owner. This is copyright 2004 from the province